Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. I'm your host, Tom Slays. Welcome on in, my friends. Happy Monday. Today is February 23rd, 2026. I'm your host, Tom Slays, and this is episode 265 of the Music Mondays podcast, my friends. I hope you're well, hope you're chilling, hope you had a good week. I had a good weekend. Tons of snow over here on the East Coast. We got pretty fucking slammed, my friends. We got absolutely fucking slammed, to be honest with you, so... dealing with a lot of snow. Glad we didn't lose power though, which is a big W. But I hope you're all well. Hope you're chilling. Let's get into it. So, a couple things to go over here today. Well, let's see. So, we're gonna talk about some weekly recap jazz. We're gonna go over what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next couple weeks. Talk recruiting, SoundCloud stuff. Then a few discussion segment previews. Going to be a busy few weeks here at Music Mondays when it comes down to content that we're going to be doing here on the show. But we'll talk about that here in a second shortly. But let's go over some weekly recap jazz, and let's talk about what you missed at Music Mondays over the last week or so. So let's get into it, my friends. Let's see here. So per usual, Music Mondays basic logo t-shirts are in stock and available right now. We still have smalls, mediums, and larges. Just let us know if you'd like to purchase one. $20 flat shipping, including shipping as well. United States only. Just so you guys don't get destroyed by awful shipping costs, right? But those are still available in smalls, mediums, and larges. So again, contact us if you'd like to purchase one. Definitely send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. Per usual, following the live show every single Monday, Tuesday that is. Early access content is available on the Music Mondays Patreon. So if you want to go download the show in full high quality version, that is available over there on the Music Mondays Patreon. So definitely go check that out and go show that some love every single Tuesday. And then, of course, submissions open every single Tuesday for the next week's show. So again, if you're interested in submitting for episode 266, submissions open tomorrow, February 24th, 2026. Then, of course, if you're watching this anywhere else, submissions are already open for episode 266. So definitely go check that out and go show that some love, and make sure you drop your links and portfolios below. Let's see here. So that was Tuesday. Heading into Wednesday, SoundCloud Sunday submissions do open every single Wednesday. So if you're interested in getting placed on our weekly SoundCloud playlist, definitely keep your eyes peeled for those submissions to go live every single Wednesday. Then, of course, we finish off Wednesday with some audio promo for the next following day when the Music Mondays podcast drops on all audio platforms. So usually a pretty stacked Wednesday, if I do say so myself. And then heading into Thursday, episode 264 of the Music Mondays podcast is available on all audio platforms. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you listen to podcasts, the Music Mondays podcast is available over there. So definitely go check that out. Go show us some love. And huge shout out to everybody that did submit to episode 264. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Finishing off Thursday, brand new YouTube upload got put up last Thursday from last week's show, where I spoke about Apple Podcasts announcing that they're going to be introducing video podcasts over there on Apple. So for anybody that does enjoy the video version, or even just listens on Apple Podcasts, that is a W fucking announcement. I was pretty excited about that, because I remember when Spotify added their video feature for podcasts, right? So kind of a big win for us. So you guys can go watch the Music Mondays podcast video version over there on Apple Podcasts pretty soon. I think that's happening in like March. So I just spoke about that a little bit last week. So if you missed that segment, definitely go check that out and go show that some love. And we do upload to the Music Mondays YouTube channel every single Thursday and Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, underground tips and tricks, and a whole lot of good jazz over there. So definitely go check out the channel and show these artists some love. So that was Thursday. Heading into Friday, brand new article is live by the homie Blank Thought, breaking down a wonderful 80s film. That's a fantastic review, actually. You should definitely go check that out if you haven't already. And a huge shout out to the homie Blank Thought over there from the Music Mondays staff team. So decent Friday. Heading into Saturday, episode 264 of the Music Mondays podcast is available on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. So again, if you prefer the YouTube version of the Music Mondays podcast, you want to just go throw it on your TV, you want to go throw it on in the background or anything like that, that does drop every single Saturday following the live show. And episode 264 is available on the Music Mondays YouTube channel, so definitely go check that out and go show that some love if you haven't already. And once again, huge shout out to everybody that did submit and tune in to episode 264. That was Saturday. Heading into Sunday, SoundCloud Sunday Volume 227 is available right now on the Music Mondays SoundCloud. That was curated by me, and the cover art was done by the homie 60 Music Mondays staff designer. So definitely go check that out. Go shout out some love. Huge shout out to everybody that did submit the SoundCloud Sunday Volume 227. Much, much love. And again, submissions open every single Wednesday for SoundCloud Sunday, so make sure you follow us on socials to stay up to date at All Music Mondays. That takes us into today, actually, Monday, February 23rd, 2026. That's pretty much your weekly recap. That's everything major that you missed at Music Mondays over the course of the last week or so. So, per usual, pretty stacked week for us here at Music Mondays, my friends. So that's that. Let's see here. So what's next on the agenda? Let's talk about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. So, as you guys know, like I've been talking about here on the show for quite some time, well, not really quite some time, really, post, Music Mondays Awards, right? I'm finally pretty much nearing completion when it comes down to the new Music Mondays graphics, all of our social rebrand, all of our new stream graphics. You'll see like a new intro here on the stream. I've been speaking about that for the last couple of weeks or so, so that's going to be good. That's one of the first goals that I wanted to kind of accomplish heading into the new year. Make sure that we get our graphic revamp kind of finalized, right? So that's kind of like the big thing here when it comes to the Music Mondays backend stuff. So you'll see all that go live, including a Music Mondays website update as well. That'll be sick. And then following that, I think we're going to start looking at Cyberfest 3. Yeah, Cyberfest 3. I spoke a little bit about that last week, our online URL festival that we do yearly here at Music Mondays. We've done 2 of them already, right? So Cyberfest 1 and 2 are available on the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't seen those. But Cyberfest 3 will be taking place this year, so that'll be our next big event when it comes down to new stuff. Then, of course, all of your weekly and monthly content will be staying the same. A lot of our video interviews will be coming back. Workshop Wednesday, Feature Friday. A lot of our older playlists, like the monthly Underground Classics, the breakdown over there on YouTube as well. So many other things are going to be returning, so we have quite a few things on our plate when it comes down to Music Mondays, but I think the big thing, graphic refresh, Cyberfest 3, that'll kind of take us into like the beginning of the summer. So that's kind of like what the roadmap is looking like at the moment. But again, like I said, a lot of your weekly and monthly content will be staying the same. So don't fret, nothing major is changing, but we're definitely going to do some spring cleaning and get a fresh coat of paint on Music Mondays, if you will, right? So that's pretty much everything major coming over the course of the next week or so. Definitely tune into the show for more weekly updates, because you guys know I'll be updating you every Monday. So let's see here. We did weekly recap stuff. We did what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next couple of weeks. Let's talk recruiting. So per usual, Music Mondays is recruiting. We are on the hunt for all of our Music Mondays staff roles. You're a writer, journalist, designer, curator, you want to do short form content, you want to do long form content, you want to do any type of underground independent content for Music Mondays, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. Of course, resume preferred, but definitely not required if you're kind of new to underground independent media. We'll be happy to kind of show you the ropes and get your feet wet, right? So again, send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email if you're interested in that. And of course, we do have a 2025 version of the Music Mondays staff role guide over there on our YouTube channel, where I kind of break down the Music Mondays role guide and all of our Music Mondays staff roles in a little bit more detail. Like I've told you guys over the last few weeks, that'll be getting updated for 2026, I think, here next week or the following week. So you'll see me do that segment here live on the show, so that'll be pretty sick. But again, Music Mondays is recruiting. So that's that. Especially heading into 2026, right? We definitely have some space here on the Music Mondays team, so we're going to be looking pretty hard, for sure. But, let's see. I think one last thing we got to go through here is, exclusives. Music Mondays is on the hunt for more exclusives. Again, if you have an unreleased SoundCloud track that you like to have hosted and promoted on the Music Mondays SoundCloud, and of course across all of our social media for completely free, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. We'd be happy to get that hosted and promoted for you. Again, we're only interested in unreleased material, so feel free to do whatever you want with the track afterwards. You want to go put it on distro, you want to go do a music video for it or anything like that, that's completely fine. We're only interested in the SoundCloud version. Of course, same goes for YouTube. If you have an unreleased AMV, lyric video, music video, or anything that you like to have hosted and promoted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel of over 300 subscribers, and of course, across all of our social media for completely free, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. We'd be happy to get that uploaded and hosted for you, my friends. And again, like I said, we're only interested in unreleased material, so feel free to do whatever you want with the track afterwards, but we're only interested in the unreleased versions. Yeah, so that's exclusives. I don't think anything else super crazy, because like I said, over the next couple of weeks, we're gonna have a lot of pretty deep discussion segments here on the show. Not like deep emotionally deep, but deep as in detailed, right? So We got to do the 2026 Music Money Staff Role Guide. We already did how to submit to the Music Money's podcast in 2026. So a few other guides will be taking place here on the show, and you guys will see me record those live. So that's kind of like what the next few weeks discussion segments are looking like for sure. But that's that, my friends. So I think that's pretty much everything major that we had to go through today. So that means we're gonna hop over to Twitter and see what our submissions look like. So let's go pop over here and see what's good on Twitter. So per usual, submissions are always in the same formats every single week, and they'll always read Artists and Creative submissions open for live reviews on Music Mondays, live on February 23rd, 2026 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/SilentPlays, which is here and now. Like I said, the tweets are always in the same formats, but again, make sure you double check in the dates, and make sure that you're submitting for a show that hasn't happened yet, right? Outside of that, if you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creations, drop your links and portfolios below. All art forms are welcome. So again, contrary to our name, Music Mondays, we've reacted to pretty much everything here on the show. Everything from obviously music, vocals, instrumentals, remixes, covers, DJ sets, photography, videography, vlogs, reels, shorts, you name it, we reacted to it. So if you are an underground independent creator and you feel like you deserve some spotlight here on Music Mondays, definitely drop your links and portfolios below. Outside of that, we do have a 3-hour show limit, just to keep the show a little bit more palatable to watch back. Again, one could argue that a 3-hour show is still a little bit long, but compared to our 5 to 6 hour show, it's definitely not as long. So again, keep that in mind. We do have a 3-hour show limit. And of course, submissions are free. They always have been free, and they always will be free. But the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter to be eligible. Again, submissions are free. They always have been free, and they always will be free. But the only thing that we do ask is that you're following us on Twitter before you do submit. Because again, not only does that help grow our platform and spread our message, but again, that pays respect to everybody else that is waiting for all of their submissions to be reacted to every single week here on the show. And of course, you gain access to a whole wide range of extremely talented artists and creatives. So kind of a win-win, right? And then in addition to that, of course, Patreon subscribers' submissions are played first every single week here on the show. So if you're subscribed to the Music Mondays Patreon at any tier, whether that be basic, advanced, or premium, you gain access to all of our content early access content as well. And then, of course, you gain access to a whole bunch of other goodies, including the Music Mondays Fast Pass, which again, for the duration that you're pledged to the Music Mondays Patreon, allows for all of your submissions to be played first every single week here on the show. So again, not only are you played at the height of viewership, right, when we're live, but also when people go and watch the show back, you're one of the first submissions that people see. So kind of an advantage there for sure. Outside of that, one last thing that we do got to mention is submissions do close about a couple hours before the show starts. So again, we are a live show. We like to keep things free flow. So that's why we do close submissions. So that way people don't come in and kind of like mess up the order and somebody's been, waiting all night for their submission to be played. And then, Joe Schmo comes in and, the order gets messed up. It's a whole gray area. That's why we do close submissions. So again, a good rule of thumb is that if the show is live, submissions are definitely closed. So again, feel free to submit for the next week's episode if that does interest you or you do miss submissions, right? So outside of that, I think that's pretty much everything major. We do have a brand new how to submit to the Music Mondays podcast guide for 2026 that I recorded a couple weeks ago on the Music Mondays YouTube channel, where I kind of break down everything in more detail, and I kind of go into the lore of the Music Mondays podcast, why we take submissions on Twitter, and all those sorts of things, right? So definitely go check that out and go show that some love. I think we're good, chat. I think we're good. I think we are good, my friends. Let's see what we have here. So let's check how many Patrons we do have tonight. We have the homie Jordan. We have TDG. We have the homie Ghost. We have the return of Laverius. It's been a couple weeks since we heard from the homie Laverius. And then I think that's it. Yeah, so 4 Patrons tonight. Love that. You guys are showing through, man. Fucking get it. We got Ghost in the chat. Welcome on in, my friend. Happy Monday. Let's go. Hope you're well. We got TDG in the chat. Happy Monday. Let's fucking go, baby. Hope you guys are well. Much love. All right. So, we're kicking off with Jordan actually tonight. So Jordan's had this first place spot for quite some time. It's so funny. But the Twitter gods and the reply gods always shine on Jordan here. But Jordan, a extremely talented multi-genre artist and producer, came through with a track titled Time Travel, featuring the homie Cat. Actually, this is from their upcoming project Risk, which is dropping March 20th, and this is some more temporary cover art as well. If you want to see the final cover art, that is available on Jordan's social media as well. But yeah, Jordan's had a stellar 2026, and then heading into spring-ish, this next album is going to be pretty crazy. We've reacted to quite a few of the tracks here on the show, not a lot of them, but this will be another one as well. So I'm down. Let's pop it open a new tab. Let's see what we got here. Feeling, bro? I'm working on so much stuff. Good for you, my friend. Staying busy. Staying fucking busy, baby. Love that Ghost. 9 hours, brand spanking new. Got the little unreleased Risk CD over here, which is actually fucking fire. Really well done. I love the Risk on the side here. But yeah, brand spanking new. Risk by Jordan, written by Jordan, brought by Jordan. Additional production by Deadlighters on Risk. Cover art painted by the homie Michael. And then art direction by Make More Creative Junk. Like I said, love the cover. Fantastic. Let's dive into it, man. Jordan Time Travel with Cap. Don't even know how busy. Let's fucking go, guys.
Someone tell me, okay, someone tell me, let me know. If you see this, I hope this finds you and you know that I mean it. I send this message to the stars for a reason, cause 1,000 years from now, they'll start to believe it. Oh, 1,000 years from now, it's not as far as you think it is. 1,000 years ago, they cut what we're bleeding. I just wanna give up one and only fair, I'll let you know. Won't be better in the morning, takes 1,000 years or so. Will someone tell me, let me know. If you see this, I hope this finds you and you know that I mean it. I send this message to the stars for a reason, cause 1,000 years from now, they'll start to believe it. They'll start to believe it. They'll start to believe it. They'll start to believe it. Yeah.
Okay.
Will someone tell me, let me know. Let me know.
Instrumental's great too. Very interesting. I like this one. Great outro. Really great outro. This one, man, especially when you consider it like on a project, this is one where it's a great like follow-up track for like a really like a really like heavier track or a track that's like super fast paced, right? Like I said, we reacted to a few of the tracks on Risk so far, but this one is going to be a good, like I said, like a good like follow-up track, you know, to like switch up the mood in the album for sure. Because it's a lot more lighter, it's relaxed, it's chill. Even the instrumental is like very mellow, very very mellow. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about three things here. We'll talk about the instrumental. We'll talk about vocals. We're gonna talk about the overall theme of time travel. Um, So instrumental, obviously prod by Jordan. It gives a good but like relaxed, dreamlike, almost kind of like softer feel, right? So I think the instrumental fits the type of style and the vibe that they were going for here. Um, so I like it. It sets a really good tone, right? Now, the instrumental mix, per usual, especially with like the last few instrumentals, especially everything that we've heard off of Risk, uh, is great. I mean, thinking back on it, really no gripes, to be completely honest with you. Nothing like super clashy, too overbearing, or nothing that like really kind of like threw me off, right? I think everything's right where it needs to be. I think levels are good, quality's good, sound selection is great. Sound selection is actually fantastic. Um, yeah, nothing really to gripe about, right? And that's not really a shocker to us here, especially if you guys are frequent viewers of the show. Jordan has always had a really, really solid mix. So Just something you always want to point out for anybody new here, right? So, instrumental mix solid, instrumental shining star. Um, you know, I do like the sound selection on the drums a lot, but I think the melodies are up there. But also the structure. I feel like the structure is very underrated. Especially with like how the verses are placed in here. I feel like the structure is like super underrated. You know, I don't want to go structure. I'm not gonna lie to you, but melody's up there too. Damn. Yeah, I think we'll go structure on this one. I like the structure a lot. I feel like it works for how Jordan like laid everything out here. So, let's go structure. But you could really like argue any of those, to be honest with you. So, instrumental solid, definitely structure, stock vocals, vocal mix. For both Jordan and Cat, quality and levels solid. Again, the mix brings that warm, softer, almost like somewhat of like an indie sort of feel, but not really. And I think Jordan did a really good job kind of like blending their vocals together, but also like kind of keeping them a little bit different, you know? Um, so in terms of like quality and levels, nothing that I could really grab about here either, to be completely honest with you. I think the mix really fits the instrumental. Definitely. Instrumental Shining Star. I feel like writing and lyrics were pretty meaningful here. Flown Canes and Deliveries up there. But I don't know, man. If we're being honest, I think writing and lyrics kind of take the cake here. It's just a very personal, like intimate sort of song, right? But also it's very like storybookish almost. Um, yeah, let's go writing and lyrics for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely structure, vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Let's talk theme, temporary cover here for Risk. Like I said, love this one. It's even like a cool like unreleased concept cover as well, right? But you have the Risk physical copy there. Um, Simple but effective, right? And like a good way to promo Risk, you know, especially with like a a more like subtle like here, check this out, you know. So temporary cover definitely on point. Um, Overall theme. Mm, Time travel. I mean, there's a few ways that you could break this down, right? But I feel like this is more like personal, more like lore driven track for Jordan and Cat. This is definitely more this is like I would say it's one of the more active tracks that we've heard from these two because we've only heard so many tracks from Jordan and Cat, and I've only think we've reacted to like one here on the show. Um so the potential is infinite for this duo for sure. I feel like they could continue to kind of like cook up with this sort of style and continue to make some like real waves with this for sure. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to homie Jordan. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Jordan on SoundCloud, by the way. They're only 8 followers away from 100. That's a great milestone. And of course, make sure you go follow Jordan on Twitter as well. They're only 6 followers away from 420. Another fucking W milestone. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers, actually. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists and show some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So we left off with the homie Jordan. Up next is the homie TDG. Also, the submission changed because I posted the one I was going to submit on Insta as opposed to a few days ago. Whenever you're actually hearing it for the first time. Oh yeah, I got you, Ghost. I got you, 100%. Completely fine. Be a crazy switch after a heavy song for sure. Yeah, that Jordan track was nice. I like that one. A lot, Ghost, for sure. Everyone get ready to do their money dance on this next one. I'm down, TDG. I'm down. Speaking of the devil as well, back to TDG. TDG actually submitted a track titled Money Dance, a very, very talented hip hop artist, producer, engineer, all the above. Proud and performed by me. Pop out, do my money dance. All right, this is gonna be crazy. You already know this is gonna be crazy. I mean, TDG's been on a fucking hot streak with the singles and the collabs and, man, like, so many things that we haven't gotten the chance to react to yet, and it's so fucking sick. It's really, really sick. Let's see. Money Dance, January 26th, so quite literally hot off the press, brand spanking new. I'm down. Let's get into it. TDG Money Dance, let's go. Cover's hilarious, by the way. Wanna count 100 bands, pop out, do my money dance. Damn. Wanna count 100 bands, pop out, do my money dance. I like money, man, like Jewish money,
count 100 bands, pop out, do my money dance. Yeah, yeah, wanna count 100 bands, pop out, do my money dance. I like money, man, like Jewish money, hummus no ham. I'm gonna go in.
Oh, it's really good.
I'm all in business, I will stand. Guarantee, count on me anywhere I want. Shoot 2 and 3s or walk 'em down. Boom, 2, 2, 3s. I saw the post. Who you wanna be isn't who you is. Yeah, yeah. Guala, guala, guala, bitch. Come holler. Lipstick on my collar. Comes will be no baller. No degree for brain scholar. Bitch, make me scream and she swallow. Loading clips, hollows. Then death will follow. Sorry, mama, for the sorrows. Yeah, your boy a bad guy. Get it all. I got mad ties. I really rap. I don't bag fries. Yeah, I make mine. Superstar. Going far. I don't care if it hard. This my life. I'ma live it large. Money hard to count, so I say it out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bands in my bands. Me and Dev getting close. We are friends. Wonder if I'm dead. Mistakes led. Should I eat some lead? Are y'all better off without me? Yeah, yeah. I said a lot, but my time ain't now. But I'm ready. Coach, let me play. I'ma blow the crowd away. Said it here. I'm to stay. Playing keeps Nike sneaks. Oh, oh, oh. Shy. You won't believe. Keep it clean. Don't be like me. I seen things you don't need to see. Just get to the green. For me, myself, and I. Fuck a G. Played again. Played again. Money dance on repeat.
Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Okay. The thing with this one, right, is I feel like this is like the proof that TDG is getting more comfortable with how they, record and deliver and like, kind of create. This is probably the most comfortable we've heard TDG, like period to date. I just feel like they were very comfortable recording this for some reason. Everything was just very like effortless, That's what I really liked about it a lot. But that really shined through. So let's talk about it. We're talking about 3 things, obviously. We're going to talk about the instrumental. We're talking about vocals. We're talking about the overall theme of Money Dance. Instrumental. Broad TDG. A very TDG style instrumental. I feel like TDG does really well with this like OG, like modern trap style. Almost a little bit more of like a darker trap style. But it's sick nonetheless. This is like TDG's like bread and butter style of instrumental. So not really a shocker that it came out really sick. And again, mix is great, levels are good, quality's great. Nothing really to gripe about there. You know what I mean? TDG's an excellent producer, as we've seen here on the show, with as many styles and genres that they have done. One thing that you can always guarantee is their production is on point, for sure. So, instrumental solid. Or instrumental mix, I should say. Instrumental shining star, though. Oof. Melodies are up there, but I kind of want to go with the drums, though. You guys know I'm a sucker for drums, but I think these drums are really, really solid, especially down to the sound selection, too. Yeah, let's go drums on this one. Just very, like, rememberable patterns for some reason. So, instrumental solid, definitely drums. Talk vocals. A vocal mix, a very standard TDG style mix. Again, levels are up there, quality's good, drums cut through nicely, vocals sit nice on the instrumental. Nothing that you could really gripe about here either. Again, it's a very like standard, solid TDG style of mix. But in terms of like quality and levels, nothing that I could really gripe about. You know what I mean? You really can't. So, the vocal mix up there. Vocal shining star. There's a few bars in here that made me laugh, but there's also a few like really clever bars too. So I feel like writing and lyrics, you really got to go writing and lyrics here. But like I said at the start, the flow and cadence and delivery is fantastic. So, you could kind of argue either of those. But I think personally, you got to go writing and lyrics on this one. Especially if you're like really paying attention. There's some clever bars in here. You know what I mean? So I think writing and lyrics takes the cake on this one. So instrumental solid, definitely drums, vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. Love this cover, simple, straight to the point. Has that like 5th grade like little kids like art style. You know what I mean? Like those like almost like comic booky sort of styles, right? But I like this one. Obviously, Money Dance, right? So TDG jumping to a pit of money. I mean, kind of a no-brainer on this one, but the aesthetics are on point though. I definitely enjoy it for sure. Aesthetics definitely right on the money, no pun intended. Overall theme, Money Dance. I mean, not really too crazy of a theme to dig into. This is one of those ones where you got to really listen and enjoy TDG's lyrical skill here for sure. So, well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie TDG. Make sure you go follow him on Spotify, by the way. And thank you so much for your submission. Make sure you go follow them on Twitter as well. They're only one follower away from 160 or 11 away from 170. So make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app, my friends. Of course, every art's featured in today's episode, and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. That was sick for real. Yep, TDG's leveling up, man. Had fun. I know, I could tell, TDG. I could tell that you were really, like, sliding on this one. That's why I said, like, you could just feel the comfortable sort of vibe on this one. Yeah, we could tell. Yeah, literally. 100%. But following TG, up next is the homie Ghost, a multi-genre, extremely talented producer, has been stacked and showing us their inventory of unreleased fucking bangers, okay? But they have a little bit of a caption here. This is not what I wanted to post, but I already posted the beat to Insta as a post. For the one I wanted to post is more of a way to get the song of the artist. It'll be the biggest artist I worked with, and a talented artist at that, so we use this. I'm down. So yeah, like Ghost said in the chat, they had already released their... well, not released, but they already posted their original submission. So now we have a little bit of a switcheroo. So now we're gonna get a good raw reaction here for sure. A good raw reaction. So I'm down. Let's get into it. Unreleased Ghost, Cobra Bino. Let's go.
Okay, Bino, hit that shit.
Ghost.
Is that Ghost on the beat?
Fire. Wow. Really good R&B vibe here. It's so catchy. Got me freestyle like I'm more for fun. He really would too. Dude, it's so catchy. It's so fucking catchy. sample is really well utilized too. Great. Well, now that's definitely gonna be stuck in my fucking head all night for sure. 100%. Well done, well done. I don't know. I heard the sample. I didn't know what to expect, but this is a lot more laid back and relaxed than I was expecting. So I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? So well done, well done. Love you, young boy type beat. So much sucker for this one. Good shit, Ghost. Yeah, no, fantastic. I agree, TDG. Fantastic. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. I just hope the artist likes it. They better like it. I like it. Fuck. But we know how it goes. So obviously no vocals. We're gonna talk about two things. Talk about the instrumental and the overall theme of this unreleased Ghost production. So instrumental mix obviously knocked out of the park, especially with the sample. Drums are great. Melodies hang. I mean, nothing you could really gripe about. I mean, I can't even tell you if ever I've ever had any like negative things to say about a Ghost mix, especially when it comes down to their production. So not really a shocker for us here at Music Mondays, but something you always want to point out for anybody new here, right? So instrumental mix definitely on point, especially when it comes down to the sound selection, right? Instrumental shining star, on the other hand, you know, this one's tough because I think structure's up there for me, for sure. The melodies, though, I don't know, man. The melodies just got caught in my head, man. I think we're gonna have to go melodies on this one, boys. Definitely. I think we're gonna have to go melodies. Drums are up there too, but I think structure's like a close second. But let's go with melodies on this one. So, instrumental solid, definitely melodies. Stock theme, obviously unreleased, so no cover art. But I do feel like they nailed this one in terms of like a good, like laid back R&B esque, not exactly R&B sort of vibe, right? Relaxed, chill, but also still has that like emotion. You know, it's not like too chill, but the sample in the beginning and the end kind of like brings that emotion in, so you kind of like understand what sort of vibe you're gonna get from a song like this. So I like this one a lot. I like this one a lot for sure. Well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Homie Ghost. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Very well done. Make sure you go follow Ghost on Twitter, by the way. Ghost is literally only 2 followers away from 530. It's a great fucking milestone, so make sure you go show a Ghost some motherfucking love, baby. Let's get it. And every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday for podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and all the good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you. He's very picky. Yeah, I got a few artists like that for sure. It's definitely like a blessing and a curse, right? For sure. Thank you. No, thank you, Ghost. Thank you for your submission, my friend. Well fucking done. Absolutely well done. That was great. Our first instrumental night, Ghost kicked us off, man. That was awesome. Awesome. But our last and certainly not least patron of the night, the homie Levaries. Now, Levaries, a very talented hip-hop artist. It's been a couple weeks since we heard from Levaries. I think the last one was DNA, which again was Prod Ghost. So, fantastic submission. But this week, Levaries came through with a track titled OG with the homie Pause. Damn, okay. Wait a minute. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, because we have not seen this. No. We have not seen this at all, my friends. All right. Go 720. Full volume. English translation. Oh, no way. Oh, shit. Is this about to be a fucking... Oh, no way. Is this going to be a Spanish track? This is going to be sick. What the fuck? I'm working on the second album for me and Levaries. Now, that's going to be gnarly. I'm excited for that. Wow, I'm excited to get into this, man. Let's do it. Levaries and Pause. OG, let's go. I'm excited for this.
İstemiyorum seni, ruhum karardı. Hissettiklerim genelde karanlık. Senle oynadım, hepsi bu kadardı. Heyecanım seni sikene kadardı. Birkaç sen okey, kendim söndürdüm elimde seni. Değerini bilmedim elimdekini. Daha iyisini istiyorum, sikim elimdekini. Silahları çektim, pek düşünmedim. Seni geberteceğim, hep söyledim. Hepinizi geberteceğim, hep söyledim. Kafanızı keseceğim, ben böyleyim. Elimde değil, işin sonunda freeyim. Kanı seviyorum, seni keserim, gang shit. Baştan aşağı sat, sanki ben OG. Altındaki kızından çıksana sahip. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Vamos international, yeah, subs, I'm still gon' kill this shit. Machete a su cuello, that's the way I chose to kill him. No tengo ningún mercer por él, cause he was on some stupid shit. I
Oh
caught
my
him
god.
lacking with his bitch, now she begging to suck my dick. How the fuck did I tell her no? Piensa en mí cuando ella está sola, me quiero all in her tola. Hago gritar como la llorona. You can't touch this English flow, I'm aiming for shots, not hitting low. Soy un poquito loco, no me pueden trocar una misma zone. Siempre voy a tener una chica mala, she let me do whatever I wanna. Ain't even gotta buy a Dolce Gabbana, ella la compra con tarjeta de cara.
This is so good.
La mañana en my tongue so sweet como fresa con matcha. Bone appetite, I wouldn't trade it for nada. She ain't gon' me, no importa lo que cuesta. Ölünce gözük için çok tatlı. Arkadaşların ne de delikanlı. Ateşe veriyorum ben otoparkı. Artık buradan çıkamaz canlı. Canım ister derim kalk git lan. Varsa gözün amcık bana diklen. Yüksekteyim kafam hep yüksek. Yüksek sularım burada yüzme. İstemiyorum seni ruhum karardı. Hissettiklerim genelde karanlık. Senle oynadım hepsi bu kadardı. Heyecanım seni sikene kadardı. Birkaç sen okey kendim söndürdüm elimde seni. Değerini bilmedim elimdekinin. Daha iyisini istiyorum sikim elimdekini. Silahları çektim pek düşünmedim. Seni geberteceğim hep söyledim. Hepinizi geberteceğim hep söyledim. Kafanızı keseceğim ben böyleyim. Elimde değil işin sonunda.
What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? I'm almost speechless. That was so good. That was really, really fucking good. I mean, we always knew that Laverius is a really good collaborator with most artists, right? But this was like really nuts. Like really, really fucking nuts. And Paz killed their verse too. Like, what the fuck? That was crazy. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. What the fuck was this? Holy shit. Yeah, and the Spanglish shit, like, you can't touch Laverius on that either. Like, Laverius definitely fucking killed that. I just needed a sec to take that in. That was crazy. Okay. Shit. We just witnessed a fucking underground gem right here. Imagine just like, on SoundCloud Shuffle and this is what you pull up, bro. That's why underground music is sick. That's why, right there. Let's talk about it. Let's break down. Let's get into it. We're talking about three things here. Talk about the instrumental, talk about vocals, talk about the overall theme of OG. Instrumental. I love this instrumental for both of them. Obviously, they knew that they could fucking kill it. So I do like the choice out of them, right? I definitely like the choice out of them for sure. But the mix is very clean. Very, very clean. Nothing too crazy going on here. Levels are good, quality's good. Vocals sit nice. Sound selection is great. I mean, has a really, really good dark trap sound here, so nothing that really like tweaked me out like at all. Definitely not. Definitely not. So, big on the instrumental mix for sure. Instrumental Shining Star on the other hand, oof. I do like the melodies, right? But I think the drums take the cake here. The drums are just fucking crazy, and very memorable as well. So I'm gonna go drums on this one for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely drums. Let's talk vocals, vocal mix. These two are a crazy fucking duo. Like a really, really crazy duo. I didn't know what I was going to expect, especially when I saw the English translation in the description. I was like, oh shit. And I knew it was going to be crazy. And indeed it was. Indeed it was, man. But talking about the vocal mix, really solid. Nothing that I would switch up on here either at all. Both Laverius and Paz sound fucking amazing together. Levels are good, quality's good. The verses, the transition so well, Yeah, nothing I could even slightly gripe about. I mean, yeah, you could, but the vocals are so good on this. Like, they're so good. So, love the mix, though. Nothing I could really, like, super gripe about, Vocal Shining Star. I mean, they both fucking wrote their ass off here, bro. It'd be a disservice not to say writing and lyrics, right? I mean, although the flow and cadence and delivery for both of them were really solid, especially Laverius. Laverius came through on this one, like really came through. Yeah, man, I think we gotta go writing and lyrics on this. I think they both wrote their fucking ass off on this. So we definitely gotta go writing and lyrics for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely drums, vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. Simple, but very, very effective and very detailed. It almost gives it like a good space vibe the more you look at it, right? But again, simple, very effective, especially for a single, very much on point. Front to advisory, bottom mid, and you have this insanely detailed skull. It's like, once again, the more you look at it, the more you see, right? Like I said, simple but very effective, especially for a single. So aesthetics definitely on point. Uh, hmm. Overall theme, OG. This is one where I wouldn't dig too deep for like a super meaningful theme here. This is one where you really have to enjoy two artists kind of, tossing the mic back and forth, so to speak, and really enjoy their writing and lyricism. For sure. This is one for the books, 100%. Well done, my friends. Well done. Huge, huge shout out to the homie Laverius. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go sub to Laverius' channel. They're approaching 1.2K over there on YouTube. And of course, make sure you go follow Laverius on Twitter as well. They're only one follower away from 140, so make sure you go show them some love on DBird at my friends. And of course, every is featured in today's episode, and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and all the good chats over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Wow, well done. Well done. That was our last Patreon of the night, by the way. So huge shout out to all of our Music Mondays Patreons, man. You guys are fucking wonderful. Huge shout out to the homie Jordan, TDG, Ghost, and Laverius, and everybody else over there, past and present, on the Music Mondays Patreon. We have a lot of really good things planned for you guys in 2026, by the way. So stay tuned. But on to the rest of our community submissions, my friends. So we left off with the homie Laverius. Up next would be the homie Jordan, but Jordan, like I said, is a Music Mondays Patreon. And we've already reacted to their submission earlier in the show. So definitely go check out the beginning of episode 265 if you want to see us react to time travel. But up next is the homie Brayden, a multi-genre talented artist and producer now. Came through with a track titled FWM, aka Fuck With Me. Last track of the album. Damn. Last track, huh? We finally did all 9. We finally did all fucking 9, man. Let's go. I'm excited, man. Brayden has been dropping like crazy. Their collabs have been crazy. Them diving into producing has been crazy. It's been a really solid 2026 for Brayden so far. So let's pop open this last track here on their project that we've actually reacted to all of now. So let's go, man. End of the project, man. End of the project. Calm down. 2 months ago, obviously, brand spanking new. Got some love in the comments. Great hashtags down below. Almost 1.6 on this one. Congrats on that. That's awesome. Let's see here. I'm down. Let's get into it. Brayden, FWM. Let's go.
Shawty fuck with me, I know because she flirting. She gon' hurt me, she do not deserve me. And the way she trend fall, she like Kirby. Friends all around me, but I was scared they lurking. So many clowns in this
Holy
bitch like
shit.
a circus. You cannot connect with me unless you got a circuit. I've been healing people, I've been on my nurse shit. Bitch, you know I'm spazzing lean, even at that verse, bitch. My homies cheering me on, know they got me. Punching on a beat, you ain't know I fuck with boxing. I've been so high, I'm in space without a rocket. You been smoking straight, I'm also you smoking toxic. Pretend my rap, see a ball, then I'ma hog it. Oh shit, someone just thought that they could talk shit. You ain't even talking in this bitch, you said you walking. Like why you on your bullshit if you are not the topic? I cannot fuck with weirdos. The way I'm popping on the beat, shit's fierce, ho. Some of you bitches odd, I ain't fucking with no weird hoes. Bitch, I am a grown ass man, could grow a beard, bro. Me with my money, that is something like a fear, bro. Either way, stay chill, mind clear, ho. Tryna take a sip and I don't really fuck with beer, bro. Whip it like a derby, I'll let Jesus take the wheel, bro. Shawty fuck with me, I know because she flirting. She gon' hurt me, she do not deserve me. And the way she trend fall, she like Kirby. Friends all around me, but I was scared they lurking. So many clowns in this bitch like the circus. You cannot connect with me unless you got a circuit. I've been healing people, I've been on my nurse shit. Bitch, you know I'm spazzing lean, even at that verse, bitch.
Shawty served, but I know she not a waitress.
Wow, that was gnarly.
My DMs get baited.
Holy
Stop
shit.
making music, bro, just hit a rage quit. I ain't tryna buy no fucking promo, make some pay slips. Fuck your IG page, get a job. Please don't sit on your Instagram like you a fucking slob. You been eating on my tip like this shit going on the cob. You been hating on me, I will wait until you flop, bitch.
What a crazy way to end a project. What the fuck? What a gnarly way to end a project. Holy shit. Wow. Well done. We got Jin in the chat. Welcome on in, my friend. Happy Monday. Hope you're well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get it, baby. Yeah, this is gnarly, man. This is fucking gnarly. I won't lie. All right, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So, We're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, talk about vocals, talk about the overall theme of this track. Let's see. No, not the playlist. Let's go check out the album first before we dive into this. So, My Hair is Messy, Do You Still Love Me? We finally reacted to all of these tracks. That's so exciting. That's so exciting. So we officially came through and got to react to every single one of these over the last like 9 weeks or so, right? And I think this is a really solid way to end off the track. I'm not gonna lie, or the album, like a really really solid way. I don't even know, man. There's so many good ones on here too. Like 1 to 9 is really like, in my opinion, there isn't many skips or if any. Like I'd have to go back and like re-listen to them, but there's a few that stick out though. Well done, well done. This was great to react to. But like I said, let's talk about it. Let's break down. Let's get into it. So let's talk instrumental. I like the choice. You know, Brayden's been really into these like fast paced sort of style of instrumentals, right? So I think that's what's really, really sick. And they kind of like, you know, really almost like super sharpen their sword when it comes down to this style. So I'm kind of not surprised that Brayden just fucking came through and slid on this. I'm not really surprised. So I do like the choice. Um, Instrumental mix though, fantastic. Nothing super clashy, too overbearing, or anything that like really kind of bugged me out, especially in terms of like quality and levels, right? I think the instrumental mix is definitely solid, definitely right where it needs to be, right? Um, so instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. Um, sheesh. I mean, drums are up there, right? But I think structure. I think structure's got to be up there too. But the melodies you could kind of talk about as well. Um, hmm. I mean, you almost kind of have to go drums here, right? Drums just keep up the pace, they keep up the rhythm, keep it super bouncy, fast pace. Yeah, let's go drums on this one, man. Let's go drums on this one. I'm down. I'm down. I'm down. I'm down. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Um, let's talk vocals. Vocal mix again, fantastic. Now that we've heard everything on the project, from start to finish, the whole project is mixed really, really fucking well. I won't lie to you, really, really well. Again, Brayden's known for having like a really solid mix all around, right? So I wasn't really shocked that the whole project was clean, but it has a much more like mature sound. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that's like one of the first things I said, like with like the first track, right? Like Brayden just has such a mature sound on this. So yeah, vocal mix fantastic throughout the whole project and on this track as well. Nothing that would like really switch up. Has a good like standard Brayden style, right? Um, Vocal shining star. Ooh. All right, so flow and cadence and delivery is solid, right? Flow and cadence and delivery, totally up there. Um, Writing and lyrics, totally up there. I think we got to go writing and lyrics on this one. I feel like Brayden really wrote his ass off on this for sure. I think writing and lyrics take the cake. Yep, definitely. Lots of good disses, lots of clever bars. Yeah, I think writing and lyrics definitely take the cake. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. As you guys know, I've reacted to this cover quite a few times, but again, I just want to say for anybody new here, fantastic. I like what Brayden did with this one. You know, simple but very effective, right? With the blue lighting, and it kind of matches a lot of their older covers as well. So I feel like they did a good job with this one. You know what I mean? I feel like they did a really, really good job with this one. Again, simple but very effective, right? Kind of like adds to the lore of the blue covers for Brayden, right? But very much album worthy, I would say. Um, hmm. Overall theme, FWM. I mean, quite a few things that you could kind of make out of this, but this is one where you got to really appreciate Brayden's writing and lyrics and their flow and cadence and delivery. Like this is on, you know, this is like Brayden on like full display, right? This is like peak Brayden here. And like I said, from the first track all the way down to track 9, that this is like a mature artist now. You know what I mean? Like Brayden's done a lot of work and a lot of really hard work to be able to like get to this point of like, you know, crafting their sound and their mix and their engineering and just so many other things, right? So this is one of the ones where again it just feels mature in terms of an artist, right? So I'm excited to see Brayden keep going. I know they dropped a ton more after this because this is actually 2 months old. Well, not 2 months old, right? I mean, obviously it's still new, but yeah, I'm excited to see what's next. for sure. So, well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Braden. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Braden on SoundCloud, by the way. They're only 3 followers away from 390. And of course, make sure you go follow Braden on Twitter as well. They're only 6 followers away from 30. So make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app, my friends. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. You already have. Thank you. We appreciate you at Music Mondays, my friend. Let's fucking go. Much love, my friends. Alrighty, we're about halfway through the show, so you guys know the drill. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we return, we're going to dive right back into the rest of our community submissions. So don't go anywhere, my friends. Make sure you get up, go get a drink, go take the dog for a walk, maybe go for a smoke break or anything like that. And like I said, when we return, we're going to dive right back into the rest of our community submissions, so don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here live with the Music Mondays podcast, episode 265. Hope you had a good break. Hope you're well. But let's hop back over to Twitter and see what we got for the rest of the night, my friends. So we left off with the homie TDG, aka Tilda Grave, but we already reacted to them earlier in the Music Mondays podcast because they're Music Mondays Patreon. So definitely go check it out and go show TDG some love, my friend. So up next is the homie Marco Pernice, a multi-genre talented producer and artist, came through with a track titled It's Good Inside. Now, Marco's had some very interesting recent submissions, so I'm down. Let's pop this open to a new tab. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we've reacted to quite a few things from Marco, from older stuff to newer stuff, so this will be pretty sick. 5 years ago, yes, so not super new, but not super old either. Let's get into it. It's Good Inside, Marco Pernice. Great solo. Well done. That was great. Fun, bouncy, has a good mood, right? And again, blending the genres like Marco's known for, right? Got a little bit of electronic in there, a little bit of house, a little bit of rock, a little bit of everything, man. Marco does a good job blending some of these more harder genres to blend, right? But let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about two things because obviously no vocals. We're talking about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about the overall theme of "It's Good Inside." So instrumental mix, especially for something that's like 5 years old, really, really solid. It aged well. Levels are good, quality's good. Nothing that I would really like super gripe about. You know what I mean? Especially with like how many sounds are actually in this track. Um, yeah, nothing to like super gripe about. To be completely honest with you, I definitely enjoy the mix for sure. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental Shining Star. Um, I do like the drums. They keep up the pace, but I think the melodies are up there for me. I think we got to go melodies on this one. Just because of that guitar solo and the other like sound selections in the melodies, right? Fantastic. So, instrumental solid, definitely the melodies. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. A very simple but effective cover, right? The yellow arrow in the middle, Marco Pernice, bottom mid. It's good inside, right? Almost has like a sign sort of vibe, right? So, aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, it does have that good like electric club like um good vibe to it, right? And the cover almost is like it's good inside, right? Like come in the club sort of feels. So I feel like Marco definitely nailed that sort of feeling for sure. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Marco Pernice. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go sub to Marco's channel over here on YouTube. They're only 7 subs away from 90. And of course, make sure you go follow Marco on Twitter as well. They're approaching 1.5K over there on Twitter. So make sure you go show them some love in the bird at my friends. And of course, every hour is featured in today's episode. And every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday, for podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you, my friends. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Fucking get it, baby. So, we left off with the homie Marco Pernice. Up next would be the homie Ghost and Laveries, but we've already reacted to them earlier in the show because they are Music Mondays Patreons. Definitely go check out the beginning of episode 265 and go show Ghost and Laveries some love. And following that, up next would be the homie Mac 2 times, but Mac actually submitted a Apple Music link, which is the only platform that we can't play on PC. They only give us a 30-second preview, so feel free to resubmit next week with a proper link, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, anything like that, right? Even Bandcamp, but Apple Music's the only one where we only have a 30-second preview unless you have a premium account over there on Apple Music, right? So, huge shout out to the homie Mac 2 times, though. Music Money's veteran over there. So following Mac 2 times, up next is actually the homie Offspring Mysterious, a multi-genre and multi-talented artist, producer, designer, engineer, writer, all the above, editor. Came through with a Instagram reel, actually, which is pretty rare. We usually get some shorts here or there, but not often. And Offspring said in the caption, "Video dropping soon." Okay, I'm down. All right, let's pop this open in a new window, actually. Hold on. Let's go over here and give this a peek. We'll hop over to IG. Let's check this out over here. So, I've got a short little reel over here. Let's see. Big ups to my homie for a dope photo day. I got more photos dropping this week. Love that, Offspring. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's get into it. Let's go. Let's turn the volume on. Let's go. Wow. Love it. Absolutely fantastic. You know, like Offspring definitely is getting more into the promo side of things for their videos, which I think is super fucking sick. But yeah, they said it's great. Short reels like this, or even short cutouts of like, you know, some of your earlier videos or older stuff or newer stuff is a great idea, especially when it comes down to reels, right? So this is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. So I think, let me think. The Shining Star here is very interesting, right? The concept in general, right? But also, I think the promo idea of it's really good too. I think the promo idea of it's fucking awesome. And the aesthetics are great too. Like the small edit with the filter over the screen is great too. But I think Shining Star here is the promo for sure. It gets people hyped for new videos and shit like that. So well done, my friend. Well done. I like this one a lot. Huge shout out to the homie Offspring Series. Much love. Thank you so much for your submission, my friend. Make sure you go follow Offspring Series over here on IG. And of course, make sure you go follow Offspring Mysterious over here on Twitter. They are quite literally 10 followers away from 820, so make sure you go show them some love with the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every hour is featured in today's episode, and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers, so we upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists and send some love, baby. Let's get it. You already have. Thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So, let's see here. Up next, after we left off with the homie Offspring Mysterious, is Lucha Libro, a alternative, multi-talented artist, came through with a little bit of a different submission tonight. It's been some weeks since I heard from Lucha Libro. I don't even know if we've heard from them in 2026, maybe like once or twice, but Lucha Libro actually came through with a drawing submission, which I think is fucking gnarly. Holy shit. Looks like a pen drawing as well. I'll just let you guys take this in for a second, because this is crazy. Holy fuck. Like, this is the type of submissions that I love, when artists kind of switch it up and they're like, yo, like, you know, I can draw, I can graphic design, I can engineer, I can produce, you know, like, here's some other stuff that I did too. So feel free to always show off what you're doing in the background. Anything creative, we're always down, right? Because like I would say, if you're an underground independent creative, feel free to drop whatever. Photos, drawings, illustrations, shorts, reels, obviously music, vocals, full tracks, covers, remixes, all that good stuff, you know? But Lucha Libro, man, this one's great. This one's fucking great. I love how it's like a full scale photo in like a notebook form, right? So like on the left page you have one side, and on the right page you have one side, but if you look in the middle, they almost somewhat connect, right? Which I think is sick. But it almost reminds me of their like profile pictures or a few of their covers as well, especially like with the thoughts going into the dog's head. I think that's sick too, and the guitar is really great. And some of the shading's cool. You know what I mean? I love how like grimy it is, but how much detail it also has as well. You can tell that Lucha kind of like started and then just like kept it going, and it turned out really sick. Especially with like the smoke and the drink like outside the van. Fantastic. I like this one a lot. Shining star here is definitely the detail. I love the concept. I love the detail. I think Lucha did a really, really good job on this one. This is one where you really just got to take it in and appreciate it, man. But this one's really sick. Really, really fucking sick. Well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Lucha Libro. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Lucha Libro over here on Twitter. They're only 10 followers away from 150. So make sure you go show them some love over here on the Bird app. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 330 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there. You know? Make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Alrighty. Let's see. So we left off with the homie Lucha Libro. Up next is our last artist of the night. The homie Most Dope came on, a very, very talented multi-genre artist, came through with another music video. Except this one's a little special this time, and they submitted a track titled Get High Again, and they're the feature with Young Cool 420. Oh, shit. Now, for those of you that are frequent viewers of the Music Mondays podcast, Kimon has been fucking killing it from all angles in 2026. Projects, singles, collabs, music videos. So many new things out from Kimon right now, right? But this is one we have yet to react to, so I'm very excited for this. So what's special about this one is, like, out of all the music videos that we've reacted to with Kimon, none of them have been with a feature, or in this case, where Kimon is the feature. So I'm excited for this, man. I'm excited for this. Shot and edited by Editing Asher. Shout out Editing Asher, man. We got Cool 420 over here on YouTube. Lots of love in the comments. Sweet. I like this a lot. All right, let's get into it. Young Cool 420, Kimon, Get High Again. Official music video. Let's go. Oh, it's about to be sick.
Yo, Milo.
Let's go. Fire. Fire. Let's go, man. Love this. Wow. Wow. That was fantastic. So many good things I want to talk about here, but the one main thing that I want to say before we get started is the locations, right? The locations like really matched the instrumental. The instrumental almost has this like spiritual sort of like Heaven's Gate sort of feel, right? And like these pillars here just give that good like serenity sort of feel to it. So I feel like the locations really match the instrumental, which I think was an awesome choice. But let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about three things here. We'll talk about the instrumental, we'll talk about vocals, and we'll talk about the official music video for Get High Again. So yeah, definitely more of like a stoner anthem, you know, just kind of like have fun with, but also like keep it simple, you know what I mean? And like really like see what these two artists can do together. So I like that aspect of it a lot. They didn't try to go like super complex with it, right? But I do love the choice of the instrumental. These two sound really good on it. Obviously, this is our first experience with Young Cool, but I do like the choice a lot for sure. I think they both sound really fucking solid on this, especially as a duo, right? But let's see here. So instrumental mix extremely solid. Drums are really solid. Nothing like super clashy or anything that I would like super bug out about. You know what I mean? I definitely am a big fan of the instrumental mix. Like I said, especially the drums, man. Especially fucking drums. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. Truthfully, I kind of want to go with the drums just because of the 808, but the melody sets such an insane mood. It does have that good laid back stoner, like get high sort of feel, right? So like you could kind of go either way with this one, melody or drums. Now, fuck it, let's go melody, man. I feel like the melody sets the tone here, and that really gave the ability for these two to kind of like go off on it, right? So let's go melody on this one. Instrumental solid, definitely melody. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix, great. Young Cool 420 sounds awesome. I love their levels, quality's good, and then Kimon comes in and has their like melodic style on this too, and then some of the smaller ad libs and shit are so sick. And again for Kimon too, levels, quality, nothing I could really crap about at all. So I love their vocal mix, and I love them as a duo. They definitely sound really sick together. The vocal mix very much on point. Vocal shining star. I do like the hook. It's catchy, simple, memorable. But I think the flow and cadence and delivery for these two and the way that they slid on this has to take the cake. For sure. I think flow and cadence and delivery for both of them really came through on this one. Because it's not like a lazy stoner anthem. It's like a good, like, turn up, hard beat, like, makes you want to, like, get up and go smoke. You know what I mean? Like, a good stoner anthem. You know, a motivational stoner anthem almost, right? So, instrumental solid. Definitely the melody. Vocal solid. Definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk about the official video for Get High Again. So a few good things I really like about this one is the location. Some of the smaller shots of like the sun and the pillars, and then these two in the street is really sick. Like the locations really kind of take the cake on this. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. I feel like the editing is really solid, but but only enhances the location too. Like it really just enhances like where they're at, you know. And the switching from filter to filter is really sick too. So I think editing is definitely up there for the video. But I gotta go with locations on this one. Whoever scouted the locations and was like, yo, we should go here. This shot is sick. Did a really good job because I love this location. Love it. So, shining star here for the video. Definitely the locale for sure. So, well done, my friends. Well done. Huge shout out to homie Most Up Kimon. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. That's a sick fucking screenshot there, actually. But again, make sure you go a sub to Young Cool 420 and make sure you go sub to Kimon over here because we're already subbed to both of them and you should be too, my friends. And of course, make sure you go follow Most Up Kimon on Twitter and Instagram. They are 6 followers away from 30. So make sure you go show them some love over there on Twitter. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So, my friends, that does it for episode 265. A really W fucking night for us, man. Let's close it out. Let's give some shout outs to show some love. And let's talk about the next week or so and what's coming here on Music Mondays. So, first off, I want to shout out to everybody in the chat tonight. You guys are coming through, bumping in, bopping in and out. I think we peaked at like a good 9-10 again tonight. So, you guys are wonderful. Thank you for coming through, man. Huge shout out to the homie Ghost. Huge shout out to the homie TDG. Huge shout out to the homie Jin. And anybody else that lurked and chilled and came through, man. We always appreciate you. You never even have to chat. And anybody that views the stream, man, you guys are awesome. Much, much love. Up next, per usual, huge shout out to everybody that did submit and tune in tonight. Huge shout out to all of our Music Mondays Patrons. The homie Jordan, TDG, Oliveris, and Ghost. And everybody else over there on the Music Mondays Patreon. Hale, Ryuki, and everybody else past and present over there on the Patreon. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you. Huge shout out to everybody that did submit tonight as well. Huge shout out to Jordan, Braden, TDG, Marco, Pernice, Ghost, Laveris, Mag 2 times, Offspring, Mysterious, Lucha Libro, and Most Dope. Kimon, you guys are fucking wonderful, man. Thank you for coming through and allowing us to react to your music, man. You guys are fucking wonderful. Let's see here. So per usual, submissions will be live for next week's show tomorrow, February 24th. If you're watching this anywhere else on YouTube or Spotify, submissions are already open. Make sure you drop your tracks and links for next week's show. Then, of course, this show will be available on the Music Mondays Patreon tonight in full quality for you to clip, download, or anything like that you want. So definitely go check it out over there on the Music Mondays Patreon. Then, of course, this episode will also be available on all audio platforms this Thursday, along with YouTube this Saturday. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled if you missed the live show tonight. And then, of course, we'll be coming through and having quite a few announcements here when it comes down to Music Mondays. More merch stuff, graphic refresh, Cyberfest 3 talks soon. Lots of things to kick off 2026, man. So I'm excited, man. But per usual, make sure you stream the Music Mondays podcast at anchor.fm/allmusicmondays. Of course, make sure you follow us on Twitter and all socials. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, at All Music Mondays. We are everywhere. And make sure you go follow us on your preferred social media platform. And of course, follow, subscribe below. Everything linked below. All my socials, all the good jazz is linked down below. I stream like 5 to 6 days a week, man. So make sure you come through, kick it with the kid. Doing some speedrunning stuff, getting back into COD Zombies, watch party jazz, all that good stuff, man. So, per usual, make sure you come kick it with the kid. And like I said, follow, subscribe below. Everything linked below. All of our socials, all the good jazz is linked down below. I love you all. Take care. Be safe. This is Music Mondays episode 265. It's your boy Zom Slays. I'll see you tomorrow for a regular stream, and I'll see you next week for another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. Peace.